just lost that little head-to-head against Clockwork and actually had to retreat, get out of the fight. It was a later transcendence from the Valiant, so they have that healing present now. Clockwork looks to the skies, but Envy claims Boink and Muma. Great self-destruct in over the top. This Los Angeles Valiant defense is looking very strong. Very few teams can say for the Los Angeles Valiant. They need to look to elsewhere for their options to try and sustain this fight or drag it out, but I don't think they're going to have it. Clockwork now has got a bit of room to breathe, and you can see what he can do with it. Envy desuited, and that will be it. A very, very drawn-out little skirmish over this first point. And in all fairness, Matt, the Outlaws did lose about 3 minutes and 10 seconds trying to get point A. That is longer than they expire, which is now. Raucous on the outside. Clockwork forced to Envy self-destruct, which was placed directly up on the point. But Unco again being battled around by Muma for the second time on this point. He falls to a primal rage. Envy drops down, surveys the situation. Kareem's bringing in the Edgelord. The Reaper now hits the battlefield.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit more Reaper than I expected. We saw Munchkin play it in the last series. Now Kareem
coming back in a matter of moments. 2 ticks now, going for a third. The Outlaws are, but they're going to be shunted away. Raucous falling. Lynx gets in front of Kareem and reflects a headshot straight back towards him. Clockwork leapt upon by Faith. He goes in over the top, and Cormat's going to get desuited. Verbo rejoins the point here. Lynx is out. Cormat's down, and so are the Outlaws. A full defense on point B for the Valiants. Lynx when in the meantime you've lost your Clockwork there as well, and that's going to be the net removed. Kareem gets an extra damage in, and look, no one's really able to cross the gap and get to him because the rest of the Valiant are in between Kareem and the Outlaws. He sits back, he lets the rest of his team do the heavy lifting, and Lynx grapples to his own demise. That is a very clean, crisp approach to the first point for the Valiant. They'll have this one straight away.
That was picture perfect there from the Valiant. They did lose soon, but you're able to res it right back up. Muma jumps on Unco Verbo there.
Trained on Soon. They know he's out there to try and kill Lixer. They're not allowing him to do so. Unco brought back to life. He was picked off on that back left platform from where we're looking. Most of the Outlaws are set up here on the platform, and there it is. Kareem finally gets that first kill. Is this the opening? Is this the start of something for the Valiant? Fate removed by Coolmat, and that's a resurrect yet again from Boink. So Lynx is back in the fold. Muma down though. He overextended. Verbo deals with him with the Caduceus Blaster. This might be it. Pulse Bomb. Raucous down. Unco falling to Coolmat and Clockwork, really trying to shore up the gaps here. He does get Envy's mech out of the picture. You can see from the high ground, Boink is trying to provide as much healing as he possibly can, but Coolmat's lost his mech again. Clockwork's doing an excellent job here of controlling the space. After the self-destruct happened, he was taken down by Fate before he could. Now Soon's waiting. Is it Lynxer that he goes for? He needs to get the health pack though. He does steal it away. Lynxer had no chance to chase that one down, but Muma's back in the fight. Or is he? Pulse Bomb! Muma down! Now Soon looking for the backline. That's Coolmat trying to desperately protect Boink and Raucous, who are cowering behind the wrap that Soon is providing, and the D-suit on Coolmat, making it so much harder to protect those squishy targets. 1 tick, 40%. The Valiant are ticking it up here. Now the auxiliaries have to come through for the Outlaws. The backline players need to step forward and deliver, and they cannot. Map 1, LA Valiant.
maybe make a hit on a Kareem, not able to connect.
Kareem had no interest in shooting back at Jake, man. You could actually see he was shooting vertically down, and this is how that manifests. At the time, we saw the Houston Outlaws had 6 players with about half HP. Kareem getting a lot of involvement in that damage there, and now Jake's going to be on his own. Perhaps an over-focus on towards that enemy Farah instead of just trying to shut them down.
Yeah, maybe Kareem can just kind of get sneaky, get 1 or 2.
Oh, look at that. It's a Diva. Oh, you did no damage. What a shocker. Jake there takes down Kareem, and Unco's been removed by the micro rockets, and Jake has got some space to make very good use of this tactical visor. Soon had nowhere to really hide. And yes, Jake, pretty much bopped. Defense mages will shut you down, and Raucous has done just that. Kareem removed from the fight already, and Jake has found Soon. A little bit of a flick to the left side. Sees the Wily Tracer trying to peek out, and that's going to be the round. The Houston Outlaws bring it back. Despite the Valiant being a 99%. The mix here to try and keep the Valiant nice and healthy on the point, and it's just as well that it was. Otherwise, Kareem would be mincemeat right now, but now he's sleeping with the fishes straight over the end. Muma getting himself 2 with that primal rage. Verbo was the first victim. And Sue's trying to salvage the situation, but even a salty Seagull can't see himself getting out of this one. He'll have to back up. And Cormat, a couple micro rockets thrown at Envy for good measure to remove him. Finally, the Valiant, about 80%, and you can see Fate trying to stall.
Yeah, and it's going to be Verbo and Kareem coming back as well. They will fall back. And you'll have Transcendence as well, as Muma's going to get a touch on the point. Keeping the Outlaws in it. It'll tick up to 99%, so we're in OT, but that's going to be a Primal Rage. Takes out Jake Unco with 2 more kills, man, to start off these fights. Been so good on that Zenyatta.
Ka-chow now, Muma!
That'll put it away.
Terse faces.
A couple You'll see Fate use that Earthshatter to try and knock them down as they try and come into the grab.
Earthshatter comes in preemptively. Oh, it's disgusting! There it is, Envy gets himself a triple with that self-destruct, and Linksa was removed from the fight. The Graviton ultimately comes up by the swing of the rocket hammer from Fate, and he can't keep his feet on the ground. Unko gets caught in a trap though, and that allows Coolmat to remove the Moira. You can't fade away from that one. Coolmat though needs to get back, trying to protect Raucus there as he steps forward. It's Linksa down. The rest of the Outlaws are coming in droves though. They have the players here, but Kareem, Graviton surge, pins 2, 3 up against the middle. Porval, where's the follow-up? Envy's trying to get some damage in and add it to the mix. Muma getting chucked down. Raucus desperately trying to keep him up, man. This is an insane fight. Verbo comes in with a boot to remove Muma.
Yeah, as soon as come back up the spawn is Sombra just trying to get back as fast as possible.
Woo!
It will be the Valiant.
Dude, what is this game right now? This is sick. Muma's barriers and getting damage across with a Peacemaker. Consistent mid to long range hits from the McCree will really make it hard for the Valiant to stick around in this fight. Coolmat's found Fate. Unko falls in the periphery. Soon, a pulse bomb committed to the supercharger. There is an interesting decision, and because not enough casualties have been suffered on the side of the Outlaws, it's really just Kareem who's left to run onto the point to try and stall it up, to fall, at least with some honor.
Yeah, the Transcendence used by Raucus allows Boink to go in and get that res on the Muma. Muma then drops that supercharger. They're able to follow that up with a few kills.
So makes it very, very, very tricky there. Really for the Valiant to get any extra damage, but it doesn't matter because they have that man advantage here. Now, the Outlaws are trying to come back in for Kareem's foul. Links, and nothing's going right for Houston right now. There's the pulse bomb. Coolmat was already halfway through getting desuited, so he gets blown up as soon as he exits the mech.
This has not been pretty for the Outlaws as Muma's going to use his Primal Rage, trying to stay up. Jake up on that high ground, coming down. Ash Tracer here, trying to get towards the void. He's not going to be able to make it as well as things have fallen apart for the Outlaws. They unlock the payload. They get it about halfway down through the streets.
With a couple of individuals on the side of the Outlaws. The Valiant really, really covets that high ground position. They want to be on this ledge that Soon's standing on right now. It's going to give them the perfect point to start from. Raucus taken down by the rocket, and now, yep, it's time to start the fight. Envy sees an opportunity to go for Boink, and he's already removed. Both supports are down for the Houston Outlaws in midair. Linksa gets cut down. Tracer moves so fast, but that's a big old blue shell to take him out the race.
Well, it's difficult for the Outlaws to deal with this far out because you don't have a 76 or a Widowmaker. Don't have a Zenyatta. Well, you did, but now, I mean, Boink has to go over to Lucio. He's going to make some changes, but even still, I mean, you're just going to have, what, Boink and Raucus in terms of players who can actually do substantial damage.
Right now, Verbo just scoots out of the way. He had Valkyrie. He can just fly wherever he pleases. And now Coolmat's in Bunny Blaster form. He could be staggered or just taken out. It may not matter because the Valiant are so close. This is the series hanging in the balance. The Outlaws have been looking so good, but they're on a lost streak right now, and the Valiant need a win desperately. Yesterday was so demoralizing. The Battle of LA, losing that one out. They knew they wanted more. They needed more, and Numa's down. Kareem being brought back to life. Now Jake, Boink, putting themselves in jail right now. Soon would love to keep them there. He's got the keys, but the Outlaws do not. 3-0. The Los Angeles Valiant will take the series regardless of the result of the final map. And pick people off from range, find an opportunity, an opening, and now they found it. And you can see that the Valiant are in disarray.
Well, the Valiant had 4 players alive, and they never actually get to the payload as Unko, unfortunately, walks all the way from the spawn just to come back, just to go back to spawn.
Something to come, something they're working on. Not a bad time to try it. Move it down to Soon, though. Jake's on the lower level and taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to recall in a couple seconds. Yep, there it is. I think he had a poison mine or something similar from Kareem. He had to get out. Jake, very low. Unfortunately, couldn't get much done there. A lot of pressure on him and Kareem. Just seconds after he bats Jake down with the SMG mode on that rifle, turns around. Linksa, who's going to eat his Dragon Blade? Right now, he actually hasn't been able to find any good targets. And Kareem, it's a face full of shotgun. Lovely work from Soon now, combining with Kareem. Coolmat's been removed from the map now. It's going to be boinking over the payload. Raucus approaching from the backside. It's just Soon, 2 supports against the entire wrath of the city of Los Angeles. I don't fancy that at all. It seems the Outlaws don't either, and that's it. They get stopped in their tracks just outside the second checkpoint. Not what they would have wanted at all right now, but Burbo might be the option. He's got him. Another stick with the pulse bomb on 2 of the hardest targets to hit. First the Tracer, then a Mercy, then it's lights out. Finally, Soon shuts him down.
And Soon on the Coolmat gets him very low. It'll be Transcendence used by Unko trying to keep his teammates alive as they try and push on through.
I mean, if you love Tracer, this is the match to watch. Jake had the Translocator again and the EMP. He's just lacking teammates right now. That's kind of the issue. No follow-up would be there for an EMP, so I'd say Jake tries to back away, waits for the rest of the Outlaws to see if they can contest, but the payload's just far too close. Save it for the second stage. That's when they really need to dig their feet in. The Valiant are getting close now. They can smell it. They go for it. It's easy to force those ultimates out, and Kareev knew it. He's waiting for a chance to use the Death Blossom, and this is the timing for it. He gets hacked out of it, though. His dance is cut short. Coolmat finds both Kareev and Soon there. Jake, great job for him. That could have been lethal to the Outlaws. Everyone being cut to ribbons by the Death Blossom, but instead, he is silenced. The music is turned off. The boombox is crushed underfoot, but the Valiant haven't stopped yet.
Yeah, Onko uses Transcendence to keep everybody topped up inside this health pack room. And the health pack obviously controlled by Jake playing Sombra.
Discretion, of course, being a better part of Valor. But I know the Valiant can smell it, Matt. They're so close and the blood's in the water. Burbo down, self-destruct being used by Coolmat and over the point, and Fate's just trying to hide behind the payload. Envy gets rid of Coolmat, he gets a second. Linksa falls down and Kareev now is just movement, trying to hang on desperately. No, Jake drops in. It's of course gonna be the Transcendence from Unko. A clean sweep. Just not even 24 hours after getting smashed by their rival home team, the Valiant bounced back in the biggest way possible. Not only winning it out 4-0, but handing Houston Outlaws the longest map winning streak so far in the Overwatch League.
It's such a surprise.
Map losing streak, I said that, right?
Yeah, you said that.
Did I say winning again?
Yeah, you said winning again.
Check out our website at actionesports.com to stay up to date on the latest matches, highlights, and more. From scores, match history, and specific game info, we've got you covered for all things Overwatch esports. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our channel for more action-packed content. Also, like and share this video, and click the subscribe button to join our notification squad. Thanks for watching.